And I'll bring you the Midway Magic roster. They're on the far bench. That is number 3, Pandemonium Doll. Number 20, Slaughter. Number 22, Passion Swivel Hips. Number 38, Badass Jr. Number 80, Backlash. Number 96, All of You Die. Number 100, Quiet Riot. Number 186, BF Skinya. Number 300, Nikki Badass. Number 401, Primetime. Number 526, the Effie Bomber. Number 1031, Halloween. Number 1900, Entropy. And number 3271, T-Bear. That's Midway Magic.
And skating this morning for Tilted Thunder is number 00, Elaphobia. Number 02, Slam Masubi. 13, Creep Suzette. 16, Crash. Number 33, Savage Patch Kid. 34, Berserker. Number 57, Scardew Valley. Number 59, Weird Barbie. My paper started blowing away. Number 202, Venus Thirst Trap. 313, Hawk Blocked. 428, Carnia Slaughter. 613, Dreidel. Number 712, Hannibal Lecture. And number 0727, Quasin Trouble.
Both of these teams, of course, skate again later today. Tilted Thunder is skating against Arizona in the third bout, and then Midway Magic skates against San Diego in the last bout of Chingadera.
Yeah, a very long day for both of these teams.
Yeah.
It looks like we're doing a little bit of track maintenance before we get started. Looks like Arizona's Crash is supervising. Crash is just standing there, really. Just there to look cute.
Just want to make sure. Some people have.
There's an accident scene. We have multiple crashes on the infield. Thank you.
It's one of those jokes where it's like, there's no really acknowledgement to give, but it's a good, I liked it. I was a fan.
So we have in the arena today, we have a few diehard fans here very, very early in the morning. And a whole lot of skaters, but a few diehard fans. To let you know, if you're interested in an early bite to eat, Raven Sweet Haven is here outside of Turn 3, setting up. Has savory and sweet goods to put in your belly.
And very, very sour goods. I, again, just want to shout this out. I told her personally, my partner loves sour things and has like never experienced a cupcake that he deems sour enough. But Raven's Sour Pucker cupcakes are delicious. And if you love something sour, you got to come for it.
So that is an option here in the arena. We also have the Derby Dames merch booth and snack bar, which will be open and operating shortly. You can pick yourself up a small snack there if you'd like. Outside of Turn 3, the Coffin Draggers merchandise booth is set up. Tucci's Touch, scheduled to be here later on. We will alert you when they arrive. They're going to be between Raven and the Coffin Draggers merch table here outside of Turn 3. Down in Vendor Village, we have the Brutal Beauties merch table. Red Hot Print Shop is in the corner. They are doing Chingadera shirts, so head over there for that. Green Irish Moon is in the opposite corner. Big setup of several just acres of custom leather goods. And then today we have a Donate Life sign-up table for organ donor sign-ups in the state of Arizona. That is our setup down there in Vendor Village. And finally, outside is Dead Star Press and the Bookmobile. Rhea Riot tattoo on the back straightaway. And that's everything that's here. And we're ready to go on the bout. I've stalled enough.
All right, that is 00, Elaphobia, jamming for Tilted Thunder. And Entropy for Midway Magic. Both jammers are stuck behind a pretty slow-moving wall in the back there. Ooh, Ella is trying to tiptoe on the low, but gets taken off the track. This is a very slow-moving pack, I feel like, compared to some of them that we've seen so far this weekend.
Two halves of the pack have now united, and it's just one giant cluster heading down the back straightaway. There
Ella
goes
takes
Ella.
a little Jersey whip and is able to sneak out past Nikki Badass. They've got about 20 seconds left to try to score some points.
Jammer for Midway is trying to find an opening with those Tilted Thunder defenders at the front of the pack. We've been recycling really well.
So
Carney Aslada blocking.
yeah, and unfortunately, it looked like Midway Magic got a little distracted playing offense for their team and did not notice Elaphobia come on up.
So Tilted Thunder on the board first. 5 points for Tilted Thunder on that first scoring pass.
It's very interesting to watch Midway Magic skate because they have like a mixture of very experienced bank track people and some people who do not skate bank track as often, but are also very skilled skaters in flat track. All right, we have 16. That's Crash on the jammer line. And the Effie Bomber for Midway Magic. Crash runs up against a strong two-wall that looks like NC Jammer, Badass Jr., and Holly Ween, both who are experienced bank track skaters who skate here.
There we go. We got both jammers out. Effie Bomber was out first, and then Crash got the inside lane going through the corner and took lead. Now Crash wants points.
It looked like Effie Bomber was trying to call it off, but was just a little too late. Part of me wonders if that is because lead jammer changes are not a thing in flat track.
Right.
And so perhaps they thought they had a little more time.
Okay, so 0.
All right, after some discussion, that is 2 points for Tilted Thunder. Crash was able to get their hips around and pick up points, but unfortunately also picked up a jammer penalty.
Yeah, at some point in there, a jammer penalty on Crash, so 2 points.
Not sure what it was because I got distracted. I'm so sorry.
So we have Entropy at the jammer line. What was at the jammer line for Midway and is out. 50 seconds to go in the power
a pretty
jam.
quick
Midway sprung
initial
their
pass.
jammer. Yes. Now Midway's got a goad. Midway really is controlling the pace here. They've got a good wall set up and a goad at the back.
Yeah, but Tilted Thunder does have a 3-wall in the front, and it looks like whoever is, I think that's Quaz in Trouble. I recognize the shorts, is doing a great job not only being a goad, but then getting in that jammer's way.
Right, and keeping the back in play.
Yes, keeping that wall pushed forward so that those blockers are not out of play in the front. That is Carney Aslada doing a great job playing some defense. I got a little distracted. I'm so sorry.
Entropy gets out of the pack with 12 seconds left on the clock. Now 7 seconds as Entropy is making it around. 5. Nikki Badass calling out to go. 2, 1, and gets up there, and the whistle might have blown.
I am not sure if they made it around fast enough. No, they got 5 points, so they did not quite make it around fast enough on that lap to get points.
So just the one scoring pass, but it does put Midway on the board.
Yes,
7-5.
Brings that score a little closer.
I said yesterday I felt like this was probably going to be a pretty close
And you
bout.
are right, Clifton.
I really, honestly, I mean, we're 3 jams in.
Yes, we're only 4 minutes in, but who knows?
Right.
That is number 02, Slam Masubi jamming for Tilted Thunder.
And number 20,
Slaughter.
But before that, a timeout.
Never
Here comes Crystal
mind.
Ballbuster. That's the Johnny Pepper jam for you, the palindrome numbers, 02 and 20.
Oh, how fun.
Yep, he never fails to point out palindromic numbers on the jammer line. So.
He unfortunately was busy this weekend.
Yeah, he mentioned he's driving somebody
asked.
somewhere. All right,
How dare he have a life that's not roller derby?
Official timeout. I see a lot of Tilted Thunder skaters in the penalty box.
Ooh, yes, I do too. Hopefully, perhaps Bia will show us that whiteboard. Bia, show me the whiteboard, please. Nope, it's too late. That's okay. Maybe she is showing me and I'm just missing it, I think.
It's a small pack overall.
Oh, yeah, it's 2. Okay, we couldn't quite see Midway Magic skaters, so it's the smallest amount of people we can have in the blocker box, 2 and 2.
Yeah, so we have still the same 2 jammers. Slam Masubi to the outside, Slaughter to the inside, and Slaughter's out.
Yes.
Great blocking, targeted blocking by Holly Ween at the front of the pack by Midway.
Yes, which is impressive because Slam Masubi is a very powerful jammer and had a lot of momentum.
So now Slam's able to get out. Here goes Slaughter.
I do
Awkward
not
fall.
know if Slaughter ever got hawk blocked point. Yeah, 3 points for Midway Magic.
Right.
So did not quite pass hawk block. A great job of hawk block keeping their point away.
Midway Magic takes the lead, 8-7. Early lead change.
Take a sip of your coffee.
Right.
Which actually I will do right now.
This is number 202, Venus Thirst Trap for Tilted Thunder, and your Midway Jammer just dispensed with a blocker.
Yes. They both fell, but the Midway Magic Jammer got up so quickly that it didn't matter. I think that's the Effie Bomber.
Yes, it is.
Venus Thirst Trap is also out, not very far behind. I see NC doing a great job keeping a point in the back for her Jammer.
Effie Bomber up into the rail.
That was interesting. It looked like Effie Bomber started to call it off.
I was just about to say the same thing. Started to call off, but then saw the rail
waited.
coming and had to make sure to not be crashing into the rail.
And I think maybe it allowed Tilted Thunder to pick up some points. We'll see. So the referees did decide that the hips were never passed. Remember, it has to be the hips. But unfortunately, Midway Magic's Jammer picked up a Jammer penalty. So
Yes.
Hannibal Lecture will be doing a power jam for Tilted Thunder.
Tilted Thunder down just a tiny bit in this. Thank you. It is Moose for Slam Musubi. It is not Slam.
That makes sense.
All right. Thank
now we
you.
know. Hannibal
Travis, let me
Lecture
know.
got out so quickly. Hanny has done an amazing job this weekend as a jammer. I've truly been blown away at the improvement in skill level I've seen from a lot of these Tilted Thunder skaters. And Hanny gets...
Outruns
yes,
everybody.
That was so impressive.
Just outrun everybody.
You know, something I think about a lot is Tilted Thunder does not have a permanent bank track like we do at Arizona Derby Dames. We are in this warehouse all the time, constantly, and I could not be as good as these Tilted Thunder skaters if I did not get to skate on the track every week. I will be honest. Hanny did an amazing job. She fell, but stayed on the track, and so sorry, I got so just that was beautiful.
6 seconds left on the jam clock. Here comes Hanny endeavoring to get back. Is going to try to get in there.
Okay,
Close.
I mean, from this vantage point, it looks like maybe Hanny got that one in the back, but who knows? We'll wait for the referees to tell us.
The referees are also telling us.
It does look like Hanny got a cut track penalty, though. I'm not sure where.
I don't believe so. 18.
But she stayed on the... Yeah, I know.
Our sideline reporter, Embezzlement, let us know.
So according to Embezzlement, the cut may have been where I thought Hanny fell and stayed on the track, that they did actually tap the infield. The vantage point here, there's a pole and some referees in the way, so it's hard to tell.
So it is a Midway Magic Power Jam. Worth noting, Hanny puts 18
Yes,
points on the
a
board in
big
that
jam.
Power Jam. And Tilted Thunder springs back in front.
But Holly Ween is doing this power jam for
Yes.
Midway Magic, and Holly Ween is a very skilled and experienced bank track jammer. Skates on our home team, the Doomsday Valkyries.
Yeah, there's a lot of Doomsday Valkyries on Midway Magic. It really, there's
Yes, this
4
wall
or
right now.
5.
Actually, every single person on the track for Midway Magic right now is a Doomsday Valkyrie.
Very correct. Just an early tune-up for the playoffs in a couple of weeks. Holly Ween, wow, Holly Ween gets that last blocker going back. That's Carney Aslada, and Holly Ween got
Yes.
Carney spun around.
Yes, which is impressive because Carney Aslada is like a very solid jammer, or not jammer, blocker.
So Holly Ween is going to put some big points on the board here for Midway. Let's find out.
Yeah, if it
just
was
how big.
more or less than Hanny, we'll see.
2 big power jams right back and forth, and it is another 15, and it's a tie game.
Wow,
25
on each side. So not quite as many points as Hanny, but enough to make a difference.
A bunch.
That is All of You Die on the jammer line for Midway Magic.
And then that is Berserker, number
Yes.
34.
Jamming a lot earlier
game.
in the game, than last night. All of You Die skates for Arizona Derby Dames.
Berserker in the
For the
aggressive
Coffin
stance.
Draggers. If you can go check out the Coffin Draggers merch booth. All of You Die is a very talented jammer who stays on the track in a way that is so impressive to me, but is fighting against a very strong 3-wall in the front. I see Elephobia and Crash and... Is that Creep?
Berserker just got hit hard by Quiet Ride at the back of the pack. Big block by the pivot for Midway. Neither jammer out, still fighting.
Yeah, a very strong defensive effort from both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Hannibal Lecture playing beautiful defense in the front. Wow, Hanny is such a versatile skater to go from jamming that power jam to being in such a wonderful 3-wall back-to-back like that.
Quiet Riot is making life very difficult for Berserker at the back of the pack, and now Berserker finally shakes loose and is trying to find an opening and is
Choosing to play defense instead.
Yeah, was trying to get there, but ended up tumbling, and the whole pack's going to go by.
If there's 5 seconds left, it's not like they're going to get around for a scoring pass
Also correct.
anyway.
That's probably great jammer awareness
Yeah,
of the clock and the time they're in.
Counterpoint. If you get out, if you haven't already been passed by the opposing jammer, at the very least you can keep your point away, but maybe they were already passed. I am not sure. I think that's the Venus Thirst Trap for Tilted Thunder.
That is a 5-point jam for Midway and Effie Bomber on the jammer line for Midway.
So Midway Magic now in the lead, but I hear some talking.
We've got one person in the chat. Pouting Potato is just
Yes.
cheering for everything and
in
everyone.
Tilted Thunder. So
Keep
there's
it up.
2. Wait, no, Bia, bring it back. I want to see the whiteboard again. Bia. Oh well. Two penalties on each side. Some of them were directional blocks. Not sure.
Mini pack, and as usual, one jammer is going to take advantage of that probably, at least.
Yes, a lot of it is like who can be faster, and that was the Effie Bomber.
They've got excellent defense at the front of the pack.
A beautiful offensive hit from Scardew Valley, though.
Yes.
Does not allow Venus Thirst Trap to get out, though. And unfortunately, kind of a switch up from what we had earlier, it seems like Tilted Thunder got so distracted trying to play offense that they let that other jammer go.
Carney Aslada has taken over as jammer. We'll be saying that a few times.
Yes, truly.
That's the first time of many. Carney often is ready at the front, and I don't honestly think Carney takes a jam off. I honestly, seriously, it just seems like every time I look up, she's out there.
I think part of that comes from she's so impactful when she is on the track that you notice her. Okay, someone got a back block.
I heard Red 202, but it was not while she was
Oh,
jamming.
after the pass. You know what?
Just
That's one of
after
those
the
moments
pass.
where you go, I'll take that penalty if it's as a blocker.
So we've got Elaphobia for Tilted Thunder. And
Elaphobia really fighting along that low and gets out lead. That was a beautiful job staying on the track.
That's Entropy at the back of the pack for Midway Magic, and Tilted Thunder's got Hawk Block back there. Now Entropy sneaks through along the rail. Keep this to one scoring attempt for Elaphobia.
A beautiful coping jump. Oh, Elaphobia noticed perhaps that Entropy is not quite as fast as Ella and is going to come around for some more, at least that jammer point.
And Ella wants a couple more. Why not? Ella tries to get in there for a couple more, and we'll see from the infield.
You know,
Amy's probably coming up here to discuss it.
Yes. You know what? I love that about Amy, though.
I do,
Amy is like, I need to be sure. Yes, I love that about Amy. Truly. Oh, and now Rosie's coming up. They're just chit-chatting.
Yeah, we got an official timeout to talk over all of the scoring in that.
I actually think that was a Tilted Thunder timeout.
Is it?
Maybe. I heard timeout red, but yes, yes, thank you.
Timeout red.
8 points for Tilted Thunder. Elaphobia having some great jammer awareness because it seems like Midway Magic got 0. That was very impressive.
Yeah, neither team has both teams have been up by double digits already in this first quarter, but neither team has gotten too far away, and we're sitting at 39-33 with just 2:37 to go in the first quarter.
Yes, I was going to say it's still just the first quarter.
Flown by. Don't forget, fans, the raffle prizes we would love to announce for you.
And silent auction, by the way.
Raffle prizes are 1 for $1. They are 6 for $5, but if you get a $20 bill, you get 10 free tickets. It's 30 for $20. And then you drop the tickets and the prize you would like to get. Your raffle prizes we'll get those to you, and then the silent auction we'll talk about after this Midway Magic Power Jam.
Yeah, with Halloween jamming, and again, as we talked about, Halloween is truly an amazing bank track jammer, and so we'll see. I think Midway Magic is looking to make their lead just a little wider than it is now. I just want to call out Slappy Go Lucky, who is currently working the camera. Beautiful camera work, Slappy. Good job.
Ween around
Yes.
the outside and then
Running
ducks
on
down
the
through some-
high
yeah.
and then doing a great job dipping low.
Midway's got this set up.
Yeah, they have a goat in the back. But the Tilted Thunder Goats have been doing an amazing job keeping their blockers in the front in play. Ooh, someone got a false start. Unfortunate.
Good block by that goated blocker at the back of the pack to slow down this scoring pass for Midway.
Unfortunately, Tilted Thunder's two blockers in the front don't ever quite seeming to actually get together. So the Halloween has been able to just kind of go right through them.
And that time, Ween finds an angle down into the front straightaway. That was one of those track geometry things. Ween's hustling to get back around to try to get another scoring pass in. Whistle's going to blow just
I
as
am
she
not
was getting there.
sure. Again, this is why I am not a referee.
15 points on the power jam for Midway Magic.
Ooh.
We've had big scoring spurts going both ways.
Also, unfortunately, it looks like number 202 got 3 penalties in that last jam. An illegal procedure, that was the false start, an arms and an above shoulders. And there's a directional block from 2 of the Midway Magic skaters as well.
So, very small pack.
I heard Mimi Mahler yelling all O to Midway Magic, which is a valid option, but unfortunately did not work for them because Hannibal Lecture is still out first, lead jammer.
And that 2 wall of defenders for Tilted Thunder frustrated and held up Entropy long enough.
Yeah, so we will see, unfortunately, that Midway Magic skater was kind of a point in the back. Maybe this is a bank track thing. I'm not sure. I don't skate flat track. But a lot of the time in a jammer race scenario like that, I feel like we, at least here, will try to run to get together in the front. That way you can kind of keep your points away. M is nodding, which means I'm right.
Some discussion going on. Sam has joined us. There's Sam. Pouting Potato is in the chat. Sam is on with us from CBD in the chat as well. Good
Hi,
morning, Sam.
Sam.
Sam says flat track too.
Oh.
So there you
Well,
go.
then, that's also the problem. Midway Magic is like a mashup team, right? And so you don't always have like a consistent team strategy.
So in that short jam, Midway Magic's jammer did also pick up. We got another
Yeah, I didn't see
power
what it was,
jam.
unfortunately,
Right.
but that is number 33.
That's Savage Patch Kid on the jammer
Yes.
line for the first time.
Savage Patch Kid did a lot of jamming last night, but is getting stuck up behind Nikki Badass.
Yeah, full pack otherwise. All 4 blockers for both teams. So Midway is utilizing that Valkyrie's team spirit at the front of the pack with literally Nikki Badass and Badass Jr. skating together.
I just heard someone say that's your jammer, and that's never a good sign.
So now fighting along that wall, 16. This is the end of the first quarter, so whatever happens next is going to happen at the beginning of the second. And so far, the Midway Magic defense has held up. This has not been a productive power jam, one of the
Ooh,
first.
That was a rough fall. The blockers in the front choosing to let that jammer get out because there was not enough time left. And that looks like maybe that's the first quarter.
That is it. The first quarter has ended. No points on the power jam. We will take a 5-minute break. Your
And-
score, yeah.
Oh, no, you say the score.
I was
You
going to
do
say
it.
Midway Magic 54, Tilted Thunder 37 at the moment.
Still a very close game. But since we're here, let's talk about raffle prizes. So we have some really great raffle prizes. We have a Switchblade Salon haircut. I said this yesterday. I'll say it again. I get my haircut at Switchblade Salon, and I would highly recommend it. So, you might as well go get that haircut. There is the Dead Star Press tote bag, and you get to pick a book from the bookmobile outside, a Siphon Draw Apothecary Organic Skincare, and then, okay, this one is wild to me. There is a handheld head shaver, one of those ones where you just like, and here's the thing. I'm going to tell this story. I told it to Mo earlier, who was working raffle. One time, I was driving on the freeway, going like 70. I wasn't actually driving. I was the passenger in the car. And I look over on the freeway, and there is a man in a convertible going 70 on the freeway using one of those like handheld head shavers while he was driving, which I guess the hair is getting blown away, right? So like easy cleanup. But it was one of those, like, we were driving and I look over and then I truly was like, had to double take of like, this man is shaving his head on the freeway. So if you want to be like that absolute icon and shave your head on the freeway, go put your little raffle ticket in the handheld head shaver thing. And there's ads playing on the Twitch stream, so that is truly just for you in-house. Only you get to hear this story.
Also in Arena, we'll let you know early on about this. Don't forget, we're giving away another $400 value Lost Dutchman silent auction tattoo card. That is being given away along with the 60-minute Tucci's Touch massage is also being given away as a silent auction item. Go down there and check out the opening bid on those. Place a bid of your own. We'll be giving those away later on during the last bout of the night.
I've said before that really my goal during announcing is to make the eyes in the sky and the scoreboard person laugh and entertain them. Because at the very least, sometimes, especially on days like today where there's not a lot of people in the crowd, I'm like, all right, I need something. I need some sort of energy. And I feel like that today I'm getting some good laughs. So. All right, we're close to getting back to the action, and it does look like we're going to be starting with a Midway Magic Power Jam. We have both the Tilted Thunder Jammer and one blocker in the box. So it looks like all of you die will be jamming for Midway Magic.
Yes, all of it the Jammer line. Looks like Tilted Thunder has 3 blockers.
And Midway Magic is full, according to the whiteboard at the very least.
Yes. And we are underway, Olive to the inside. Directly
wow, gets out so quickly.
Crash was at the front of the pack, and Olive was able to get by Crash and get by.
Ooh, a big tumble happening in the back of the pack there. I see just like a lot of big hits being thrown. Not in a bad way, just it's a very intense game.
Yeah, very much so. Here comes on your power jam. There goes.
Crash doing a great job taking Olive to the infield, but Olive recovered very quickly and got back on and got out with 17 seconds left.
Hawk blocked and Slam Musubi were at the back of the pack, moved
Wow,
forward. Yeah,
Olive
Midway
just
really did great that time in particular with the blocking. Just opened the door for Olive.
Olive is a very fast skater, so we'll see. We'll see if she got those points. I'm not sure. But I'm not a referee. I have kind of a weird angle, so. So let's see. That looks like
A
19-point power jam for Olive.
So
it looks
did
like
get some of those points on that last
did.
pass.
It was a power jam.
Yeah.
So she did get those points in the back, most likely. All right, good job, Olive. And thank you to her cheering section for egging her on to get those points.
Have a penalty rescinded. Hawk block got sent back to the bench, and now some
A little
frantic
shuffling,
of the pack.
That happens with those late penalty decisions sometimes. That is Venus Thirst Trap trying to sneak out on the low, but is getting a little caught up. Ooh, tries to give it a little jump, but gets taken to the infield.
Yeah, excellent work by Quiet Riot on the front of the pack for Midway. Now Quiet Riot at the back of the pack, locked up with Venus.
And that is 1900 Entropy getting out as lead.
And we've got Venus right behind, and Entropy calls it off.
That is, sometimes it's not worth it. I do see it looks like an arms penalty being dropped on Entropy. So this looks like it will be a power jam for Tilted Thunder with Elaphobia jamming.
I'm going to say it again. The score, 73-37. Is time for me to go. This score brought to you by Palindromes. Palindromes are great. My Johnny Pepper, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He loves palindromic scores and numbers, and then Elaphobia.
Ooh, Ella really trying to
line.
get on the low, but gets caught up by Pandemonium Doll. But Ella is out going into turn 1.
So Ella out quick.
Ella, again, is a very experienced. Oh.
Wow.
Wow. That was beautiful.
Just made it look easy.
Yes, I have
to the
trouble
coping.
committing to the low like
Made
that
it
when you
look
know someone's
easy.
throwing a hit, going to try to throw that hit. But did a great job. Oh, Ella doing that little hip swivel, and it works the second time around, and she stays on the track.
So Ella's got 22 seconds still in the power jam. And we know Ella can get around the track in,
Yes,
you
like
know,
2 seconds.
right,
She just teleports.
4 to 5 seconds, actually.
And jumps again, and I moved the table. I got so excited.
Yeah, Ella's got 7 seconds and might
And she's
be able
fast.
to get back around.
They might be able to get back around, pulling Olive.
2,
Who knows?
1, racing down the front straightaway with a full head of steam.
Yeah,
Gets blocked at the
mean,
last
from
second.
my perspective, it looks like they got at least that person in the back,
At
and then
least
that would also
some.
be.
Let's find out.
There would be a ghost point because it was a power. But Amy's coming up to talk about it, as Amy does.
Big.
18 points for Tilted Thunder in that power jam.
Elaphobia with the hard-earned 3 points at the end of that,
Yes,
with barreling down the
put
front
their
straightaway.
body on the line and
Knowing
did
they
it
were-
in a
yeah.
clean way. Nobody in the box for Tilted Thunder.
Is Quaz in trouble for the first time on the jammer line for Tilted Thunder?
I
And
feel like maybe they were up
Entropy.
before.
Entropy for Midway Magic.
Not for the first time, that's for sure.
No.
And Entropy is out lead coming out of turn 2.
Quazin gets blocked at the back of the pack and knocked down hard, rolls
that's
down to the
a
infield.
strong 2-wall. It's Nikki Badass and All of You Die. I would not want to be stuck behind that 2-wall.
Now that 3-wall at the front of the pack for Tilted Thunder is
Trying to keep it slow so they're not out of play, but Scardu Valley is unfortunately out of play. It's one of those unfortunate situations that in trying to play offense for their jammer in the back of the pack, made the pack in the back and made their own blockers out of play.
Entropy coming up to the pack. runs up. I saw Olive putting the hand out, and I heard one of the Tilted Thunder say, going for panty pass. But it was not
But
to be.
it was also a scoring pass anyway, so they
Yeah.
wouldn't be going for a panty pass.
But perhaps Olive putting the hand out with some skullduggery.
Oh, like a little,
Yeah.
a little fake out moment.
But yeah, interesting move there and late in the jam. 6 points for Midway, so just 1 point on that last attempt for Entropy. We've got somebody sorting out penalties down there, so hold your breath.
A Slam Masubi on the jammer line for Tilted Thunder. And Slaughter. Oh, no. A jammer penalty, a late dropped jammer penalty for Tilted Thunder.
We're waiting here.
No, well, now... Okay.
Got
so they
it.
are sitting as a jammer.
Okay.
We're good.
I think
that's the
they
trouble
said-
with a pass like that, where you're
Yes.
like, did they do the penalty as a jammer or as a
Yes,
blocker?
so
They want to make sure they're sure.
Penalty on Quasin, which was 0727. And I heard 02, which was Slam Masubi.
Oh,
but
which
0727
wouldn't make sense
is
because
right.
they weren't even on the
yeah.
track.
And now we're going to
But-
get it sorted 1 moment.
Yes, Tilted Thunder is taking their second time. Okay, well, actually, they're
OTO.
taking an OTO. So Tilted Thunder is not going to use their second time.
So they're going to sort that out down on the infield and make sure they got that all squared away. But as it stands at the moment, we've got both Carnea Slaughter and Quasin Trouble in the penalty box, and we'll find out after this break if that stands, if it will be a Midway Magic power
Yeah,
jam.
and it looks like to me Tilted Thunder is coming up with a power defense plan. I see a lot of very strong Tilted Thunder skaters getting ready to go up there. So I'm sure Midway Magic are doing the same thing right now.
So 9:36 to go until halftime. We'll check outside in a bit and see if today's food truck is here all cooped up, but they may be not here until, closer to lunchtime. We will let you know when they arrive and when they're set up for food.
Perhaps someone could do it for us. Hey, Em,
Don't
can you
forget
go see
about-
if the food truck's here?
Don't forget about our tournament sponsors. We want to let you know, as always, about Tucci's Touch. Tucci's Touch specializes in trigger point therapy targeting muscle knots and tension to relieve pain and improve mobility. Their injury rehab approach combines therapeutic techniques to accelerate recovery and restore functional movement. Tucci will be giving massages on site in our vendor village on Saturday and Sunday. And honestly, just saying Tucci gives massages is underselling it. I am
Yeah.
a customer. It is
We
like
were
therapeutic treatment.
Having a conversation about this yesterday about how amazing Tucci is
Yeah.
and how many people have had experiences where they're dealing with kind of intense, almost debilitating pain, in
Yeah,
a way where it's
I-
getting in the way of your life, and then Tucci just fixes it for you.
When I first started having foot and leg problems about 6 years ago, my first walking boot was one of those horrible gray two-piece hospital things.
I
and-
wore one when I broke my ankle.
Right,
I know exactly what
so,
you're
I mean,
talking
a lot
about.
of skaters know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Basically, the rental level walking boot. My hip was so out of whack, and I went to Tucci twice, and it was like magic.
Yeah.
Even just signing up for the 10-minute massage, really
Well,
give
and
it a shot.
remember, silent auction. So if
Also
you really
true.
want a longer session, I would sign
Yeah.
up for that silent auction. That is
That's
Slaughter
Slaughter.
still up there. But Tilted Thunder doing an amazing job keeping it fast. I will say, unfortunately, Midway Magic is doing a lot of chasing, and so Tilted Thunder can kind of just keep it as fast as they want.
Yeah, Midway is trying to get an accordion going. The bellows has a hole in it at the moment, and Slaughter is able to get out of the pack.
Yeah, and Midway Magic did have a little bit of a goad, but it was Crash, and Crash is a hard person to goad. But now they have Slam Masubi there in the back. And Slaughter makes a beautiful scoring pass.
8 seconds left on the power jam clock. Slaughter sees that and is aware of it.
It seems like Midway Magic is already playing a little bit of time management, which is kind of surprising to me this early in the game, and also with this small of a point spread. But also maybe Slaughter was just tired, and they needed a little bit of time as a break. A 5-point power jam for Midway Magic, which is actually a very successful power defense from Tilted Thunder.
Yeah, very much so. We've got Sweet D TTRD in the chat, indeed.
Ooh, and Dirty Carry. Love Dirty Carry.
That is Weird Barbie for the first time
Yes.
for Tilted Thunder.
And Entropy for Midway Magic. Entropy getting caught up behind a strong 2-wall in the front, but it looks like they are about to be out of play, and they are like out of play.
It's really interesting to watch Entropy skate because, like, you can see that they're not as steady on the bank.
Yeah,
it's
like
obvious that they're a flat track, but getting out of the pack, they're so good at getting out of the pack. Like as fighting
but
through
then
the pack,
they skate
you
the
can
lap,
see,
and you're like, you need to use that track to
right.
help you out.
But then it's like they get into the pack, and it's amazing, just right through again. And it's like you can honestly see like that the flat track stick-to-itiveness you've got to have to like get through the pack without having gravity to help you.
You see that a lot at events like Roller Rage, where you're like, wow, you are clearly such a successful jammer, and then once you learn how to harness that bank track speed, you will be unstoppable.
Yeah, Entropy now up for another scoring pass. We've got the Tilted Thunder jammer is out, trying to put the star on. Did not
a little
quite
star
get it on,
stash
but
moment.
yeah, Weird Barbie got out very briefly. Now I don't see a jammer for Midway Magic. Did Entropy pick up a penalty?
I don't see a star on the board, but I do see a star in the box. Wow, not only a jammer penalty, but also a lot of blocker penalties. Unfortunate. So that is an arms on Entropy, a low block, and an arms on the blockers.
Yeah, so honestly, a large advantage here for Tilted Thunder. They switch and put Hannibal Lecture on the jammer line.
Which,
I would.
smart.
I'd do that.
I do
I'm
see
no coach, but I'd do that.
It looks like, I was going to say, it did look like Midway Magic was getting Prime to run, but unfortunately Prime did get stuck behind those Tilted Thunder skater.
Hannibal Lecture just put an okie doke on Halloween that was pretty amazing, and Halloween is another one of those was like hard to get one over on Halloween.
Yes, 100%. I can.
Hannibal Lecture really just put a head fake on Halloween that was and one mixtape worthy. Wow. Into the pack on a scoring pass.
Hanny is just so fast.
Midway Magic defenders together at the front. Halloween is going to use that rail to her advantage and keep Hannibal Lecture in for a little while. Hanny gets out, though. 20 seconds
Unfortunately,
left.
it's like that situation where Tilted Thunder is doing a good job getting in front of Midway Magic, but they're not able to keep them, and so then the pack has just been very fast all jam long.
Now those Midway Magic defenders, they're trying to get them separated, but they're able to get back together. That is Prime Time and Halloween, again, teammates.
I do not think Hanny got points right there, but we will see.
Red 5. Hanny did not get points right there. So 5 points for Hanny on the power jam. 91-60. There will be just over 5 minutes to go until halftime. That's Elaphobia for Tilted Thunder, and All of You Die for Midway Magic. It's always hard when like it's Midway Magic, but Olive's wearing her coffin draggers gear.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And Olive for the draggers. I mean.
Ooh, and Olive does a great job keeping it on the low.
And this is a fun one. We know, I know anyway that Ella and Olive are friends. But
yes,
like they
no,
skated as minors against each other for so long.
Ella's also just one of the, it's
really
hard
great.
to, Ella's just so nice.
I've
And
heard
speaking
that from
of,
many people.
Ella's out.
So now Olive down onto the inside for Midway. Is going to get up and going to reestablish and call it off. Ella coming in fast.
And Ella likes to come in hot, so.
All right, 4 points for Midway. That's going to be Effie Bomber this time for Midway.
And Slam Masubi for Tilted Thunder. Ooh, Slam Masubi coming up, getting stopped by Pandemonium Doll, who is skating in jean shorts, and I just think that's delightful.
Hate to catch a rivet on one of those on the way
Yeah,
by.
no, for sure. All of You
Yikes.
Die also loves to just like skate in jean shorts, and you're like, what's going on here? Jammer jorts, exactly. A beautiful star pass
Hawk
to someone
block.
who is not Carnia Slaughter.
That is right. Hawkblock taking over. Well, Hawkblock is basically their other designated pivot.
Yeah, that's
to be
really
fair.
valid.
So Hawkblock took over as Jammer forced the call off. Effie calling it off after finishing a scoring pass.
Wow. Speaking of Jammer jorts, it's All of You Die.
4 for Midway. They're nosing up onto 100, 99-60.
Is that Venus Thirst Trap for Tilted Thunder? It looks like it, yes. Olive is saying yes. Thank
Sideline
you,
reporter,
Olive.
All of You Die, reporting in that the other Jammer.
It's not even sideline. It's like
That's yeah, I know.
in the thick of it.
Yes.
It's like our wartime correspondent, all of you die. Wow, a beautiful block to the low by Scardu Valley, who then gets taken off the track herself by Nikki Badass. Olive does make it out coming into turn 2.
Venus trying to sneak by on the inside, and a big block at the front of the pack. Did not catch which member of Midway that was.
Olive just sneaks by on the high. Beautiful work from All of You Die.
Catch that blocker right here. Number 186 for Midway, who I have not called out by name yet. But I'm going to
186 is BF
pleasurably say
Skinya.
BF Skinya just uncorked a shoulder on the jammer for Tilted Thunder that gave me chills. Anyway, nice block. All of You Die gets out. Another big block to the inside.
Yeah,
They've
that
knocked
was
down the pivot.
Quiet Riot that time. Olive calls it off, trying to keep a little bit of time on the clock. A very triumphant jam for All of You Die.
So that does push Midway up over the century mark. 114 to 60.
15 points for Olive.
Big 15-point jam for Olive.
Badass Junior for the first time for Midway Magic.
That's Elaphobia for Tilted Thunder.
Elaphobia sees a little bit of space on the low, but is stopped by Halloween. NC Jammer is really trying to fight their way through, but Elaphobia gets out lead.
So Ella's out for Tilted Thunder. Badass Junior finds an opening.
About
that
half the track behind.
Last blocker for Tilted Thunder was on the infield at the moment. Ella leaps over the coping and finishes a pass.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like Ella took a moment to be like, okay, am I going to try to chase him down again? But NC's just a little too fast to do that.
That's 4 for Tilted Thunder. This is going to be All of You Die for Midway.
And Savage Patch Kid, the socks. You got to look at the socks, Clifton.
Could be the last jam of the first half.
Yeah, Midway Magic has 2 blockers in the box. So Tilted Thunder has a pretty big pack advantage, but All of You Die is a very good jammer. So we have a little bit of a jammer race going on.
Yeah, Savage Patch Kid gets out first and angles down to cut off Olive. And then Savage Patch Kid sees how the pack was shaping up. Got to look at the pack across the way and said no.
And it doesn't help. All of You Die is just so freakishly fast.
Yeah. And incredibly persistent.
Yes. And a jammer race with All of You Die, she's one of those skaters where you don't want to risk it.
So
I
we'll
don't.
line up for what will be the last jam of the first half. This is Effie Bomber and Hawkblocked. Hawkblocked starting on the jammer line for the first
time.
Yeah, yep.
They almost did, but then it was a power.
Yeah.
Ooh, Hawkblock trying to play a little bit of jammer defense right off the line, but the Effie Bomber does a nice little juke around and gets out lead.
So Effie's out for Midway. The half clock has expired, so we are at halftime when this jam ends.
Ooh, Hawkblock gets by past Halloween, so we'll try to keep this to 1 scoring jam. Ooh, and the Effie Bomber gets off on the low, dodges that block to the coping, and calls it off.
All right, 4 for Midway. Your score as we head into the 15-minute halftime break. 118-64. Midway is in front at the moment.
And has made their lead a little bit larger than it was at the end of the first quarter.
Yeah.
Definitely still a surmountable lead, especially going into halftime.
Fun bout. A lot of very good action going back and forth. So we'll be back with you in just a bit. Hello, Derby fans. 2 minutes to go until the end of the half, and we will resume the action here at the Hall of Dames. 118-64 is your score right now. Midway Magic is in front. As we said, you early arrivers that are here, those hardy souls that are here before 11 a.m. to watch roller derby in person, we've got a smorgasbord of things. If you will, take a little virtual tour of the warehouse grounds with me. I am up here outside of Turn 4. To my left is the Coffin Draggers merchandise table. So you can pick up merchandise from our league team, the Coffin Draggers. Tucci's Touch will be setting up next to that. The next to Tucci's Touch is Raven's Sweet Haven. All manner of sweet goods, savory goods, and apparently sour cupcakes that are amazing, from what I hear. Then the Arizona Derby Dames merchandise booth. The snack bar will be over there later on, too, once that's all open and set up to go. But the merch booth where you can get league merchandise. Down the back straightaway is Rhea Riot doing flash tattoos. Sign up for those. In the vendor village, right where you walked in, by the ticket desk, we've got a Donate Life sign-up table for organ donor sign-up services for the state of Arizona. We've got Green Irish Moon, leather goods, skate goods. We've got Red Hot Print Shop. And we have the Brutal Beauties merchandise table. Outside is the bookmobile with Dead Star Press. For Red Hot Print Shop, if you're looking for fun or funky but always tongue-in-cheek apparel and more, visit Red Hot Print Shop. They specialize in high-quality, fast service and no minimums. If you missed out on the Chingadera shirt pre-order, they are pressing shirts at Red Hot Print Shop for Chingadera. Green Irish Moon. Green Irish Moon, as I mentioned, Green Irish Moon specializes in handcrafted genuine leather roller skate accessories, including hand-cut leather toe guards, hand-dyed and hand-painted finishes, glow reveal and UV reactive artwork, and custom color blends. They also offer printing services for skater passes for tournaments and events, custom leather MVP award lanyards, and team or individual sticker printing. That is Green Irish Moon. We are back to the action. We are going to start the third quarter with a power jam for Tilted Thunder. Allophobia on the jammer line. Looks like a pretty zesty pack otherwise. No, we got one Midway Magic blocker in the box. No, that's the jammer. Dum-dum, it's a power jam. I know Derby. Allophobia is out and clear for Tilted Thunder on the power jam. Very quickly, in fact, as well. So Tilted Thunder is going to look to, man, Allophobia, goodness me, right along the inside, and must have tapped out. Believes that she tapped on the infield, so she spun down and gets up on the back straightaway behind the Midway Magic defenders. Just about clear, just about raced through on the coping, and went out, and Ella thinks she's cool, went on around. So that's a scoring pass. 19 seconds left in the Tilted Thunder power jam for Allophobia.
Ooh, Allophobia does a great job just weaving through that wall, but only has about 6 seconds left, so probably not enough time to make it around.
Nope. So we'll check from the infield. I would love to see the penalty whiteboard because
She did get a cut. There was a cut on double zero.
There was 2 times that I thought that there could have been a cut track penalty.
Unfortunate. So 10 points for Tilted Thunder, but now a power jam for Midway Magic.
Yep. So 118.74. It'll be 13:30 to go when this whistle blows. And it's the Effie Bomber on the jammer line for Midway Magic.
Ooh, Effie Bomber getting out right away. I see Tilted Thunder's trying to get out in the front and run, but they're not quite all together, and so it's not quite possible. Effie Bomber does an amazing job dodging a hit to the low.
Hawkbog did use that opportunity, however, to get together with Berserker. And that time, oh, wow.
Wow,
Effie Bomber
that
was
was
able
fun.
to, yeah. Berserker up to the rail, and Effie Bomber kind of ricocheted off a block, stayed upright, and kept going. Great positional awareness.
Wow, that time Effie Bomber just slid through untouched. I hear their bench yelling to them that they have 15 seconds left. That's plenty of time to pick up some more points.
And that time, Crash was back there, able to absorb the contact from Effie and knock them down. We will see how many points they got on that last scoring pass.
Sorry for abandoning you.
17 points for Midway Magic on that power jam. That was 3.5 scoring passes.
Three and some change.
Yeah, not bad at all. 135.74. That is Badass Junior.
Yes.
For Midway already out.
Quaz in trouble for Tilted Thunder. Badass Junior getting out very quickly. But Quaz in trouble doing a nice job stashing that panty and makes it out. Keep trying to keep it to one scoring pass.
Yeah, Quaz able to get out for Tilted Thunder.
All right, so that is entropy for Midway Magic.
That's Hannibal Lecture for Tilted Thunder.
Yes, it is. I just noticed Hanny's wonderful tights.
I was going to say, such an assortment of shorts.
Yes, and many shades of purple happening. Both jammers getting caught up pretty, like, it's very slow, but also very chaotic happening in the pack. It's very hard to follow what's going on right now. Hanny is fighting against a very strong 2-wall of Nikki Badass and All of You Die, but is able to sneak on through and dodges that last hit from Olive.
Halfway through the jam, Hanny is out for Tilted Thunder.
Sometimes you just hear a sound of someone falling, and even though it's actually not that bad of a fall, it makes you clench your teeth a little bit. Hanny did a nice job dodging through that track, but gets caught up by Nikki Badass.
We now have Midway Jammer out the front. Entropy's going to put that star back on.
Yeah, the good news I was going to say is there's no way Hanny has not picked up all the points at some point, including the jammer point, so a full 5 for
Indeed.
Tilted Thunder.
We've got skaters off the track. Let's find out why.
Wow. I see many penalties on the whiteboard.
I believe that's probably why they called an OTO.
And 3 of them are on one person. I really need Bia to show me that whiteboard for longer. If someone can, like, Bia, please, I need it, thank you, for like a little bit. So that's an arms and a low block and a back block all on the same person.
I don't know how you can read that.
And this is why I'm here, Clifton.
I
I'm
know.
just here to be your eyes.
I literally,
and then
it's
in
like, I
arms
can't even
as
tell
well.
there's writing
So
on the bottom.
I think that was number something. Oh, that's on 300, which is Nikki Badass, and that was what confused me because that is not usually her number because
Right.
she's being Dolly today. And then also a penalty on T-Bear, who is not a name I've said very much today, so I'm assuming they're usually blocking.
Yeah, long-running OTO.
It did look like I did not see like an OTO or a challenge called, but there was like a very long conversation. Ref Boyardee. Okay, now there's a challenge happening. Ref Boyardee was really debating something with Midway
Yeah.
Magic. I do already see one of those penalties taken off the board. So there's now just a directional and a back block on number 300, which is currently Nikki Badass.
Yeah,
So they're challenging something. I would assume maybe one of the other penalties on Nikki. But it could be the other penalty. Sometimes when people have two penalties, 2 or 3, you choose not to challenge them because they're going to be in the penalty box no matter what, right? But Nikki has been a very influential skater for Midway Magic so far this tournament, really, especially as a more experienced bank track person, giving a lot of directions. And so you might just want to try to get rid of that penalty to prevent Nikki from later getting ejected.
Could she be at 7?
I haven't noticed Nikki in the box really, but since they were on the other side,
right.
And also again, I haven't been paying attention to 300 being Nikki because that's not usually Nikki. So maybe, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. When Prime switches to the yellow jerseys, Prime wears Lightning's 95. So.
Oh, yes, I noticed that earlier.
Yeah, the numbers vary.
Yeah.
It's tournament.
Yeah, well,
tournament.
I know Nikki was having some trouble last time. She had a back patch, but it was falling off, which I feel like we've all experienced with back patches as a skater.
Yep.
Those things, sometimes they have a mind of their own. So sometimes it's just easier to skate with someone else's number. I know. One time I subbed for the Doomsday Valkyries, and I wore Pretty Hurt Machine's jersey, and I was number 34 for that day. It happens.
Yeah, so all that discussion between the officials, basically, they finally arrived at what the penalties definitely were, and the moment
now,
they did, Midway challenge.
Which, you know what?
So that's what we're facing at the moment. So hey, let's talk about some more of our sponsors.
Yes. Oh my
Tournament
goodness.
sponsors. We told you about
That's why I
Chi-Chi's
keep
Touch.
lifting around.
Siphon Draw Apothecary is another one of our tournament sponsors. I'm wearing their lip balm right now.
So am I.
Yeah,
wow.
I have on Liquid Lizard Lips. Tifa gave me some Tahitian honeymoon.
I have that one.
And I honestly I'm weird about vanilla scented lip balms and stuff because warm vanilla sugar is a massive no for me.
Oh, really? Like the
actual Bath and Body Works warm vanilla sugar makes me feel ill.
Huh.
I don't know why, but it's just but yeah, Tahitian honeymoon is not at all that. It's wonderful.
Yeah. I have so many Siphon Draw Apothecary chapsticks because I feel like they're often given out as announcer or skater
I got 2 in my little purse
favors.
thing.
I swear at this point I have most flavors of chapstick. I also really love their pain stick. I actually got recommended this by Embezzlement, the one with the CBD in it. I have 3 of them at this point. I love the Bruisies Classic. It's just a lot of great stuff. So they are a sponsor and then also a raffle prize. So speaking of raffles, you can go try to get. I was almost about to compliment that as a beautiful throw. There was almost a beautiful throw happening from the track to me to throw something away. And then it went a little wild. Anyway, raffle prizes. Siphon Draw has a raffle prize as well as being a sponsor, so you might as well.
Siphon Draw, if you're not familiar with them, they often have a booth here. No booth at this tournament,
unfortunate,
but definitely
but it
check them
happens.
out online. Man, the stuff that they make is amazing. Challenge has wrapped up while we were discussing that. The pitches have been made aware.
Tell us?
Yeah,
Sometimes
they did.
tell us.
It was a back block,
Wow.
as indeed they were challenging one of the 2 penalties on Nikki Badass, the back block,
But
and
they
the
were
penalty was
upheld.
Challenge
Usually they are.
unsuccessful. Verified. So penalty stands, and we proceed. 10-10 to go in the 3rd quarter.
I just got so into Siphon Draw that I missed everything that happened with that challenge.
That is
Slaughter
and Venus Thirst Trap.
Ooh, who gets out very quickly.
Right. Venus out the front. Slaughter's going to clear behind as well.
And Slaughter is doing, I think, a very good job of skating the track and getting that bank track speed. So they do have a little point in the back for Venus Thirst Trap, who kind of almost slid in and called it off, but you can call it off from the floor.
I heard that's your jammer.
I did as well. And, but it was on Slaughter.
I also thought I heard arms, and I'm like, if there's one thing Venus didn't use, it was
That's
arms.
true. That is true.
So that is going to be indeed.
And Elaphobia doing the power jam for Tilted Thunder.
3 points for Tilted Thunder reported in, and another power jam for Tilted Thunder. Well, this is what Tilted Thunder would be looking for if they were going to be hacking into the lead.
Especially,
Yes.
amazing work. Ooh, Elaphobia gets out before they even hit turn 1. 5 seconds into the jam. That is what you want.
Full pack otherwise.
Yes, from both teams.
Tilted Thunder's got this thing held up to
Oh
a
my
halt, and
gosh.
they had a perfect spot for Ella to jump the coping.
I
so
need
well done.
Elaphobia to teach me how to jump the coping. I cannot do it. I've never done it, and they did it again.
And they landed it. Don't forget, anybody can jump the coping.
Yes.
You gotta land it.
You don't necessarily.
I'm
You
just
can
saying.
fall.
That's
It
what
just
I'm
has
saying.
to be on the track.
You gotta land on the track.
Yes.
Landing on the track and keeping it legal is the
Oh
hard part.
my goodness.
Ella with a third scoring pass and 12 seconds to work with.
Elaphobia might currently be bleeding from the face, by the way. I have seen them several times reach up to touch their face and then look at their hand.
There's 3 seconds left. Ella is mid-pack, is going to spin down to the inside.
Wow. I am truly blown away.
Wow, what a jam by Elaphobia.
I cannot believe it. We're waiting to see how many points. I think that last one was a little, we're unsure of how many people Ella passed, but they have decided on
19-point power jam, and Tilted
Wow.
Thunder's over 100 for the bout.
100,
139-101.
I think this might be the first game all weekend that they've broken 100. They keep getting
Big.
close. They keep getting like 2 points
yes,
away.
they were. So Tilted Thunder finally breaches that 100-point psychological barrier.
Goodness.
Fun. 139-101.
And that brings the point spread a lot closer.
Right. Man, Tilted Thunder has come out hot
Wow.
here. And lead
Speaking
jam
of
again.
lead jam. Sometimes you just build this like emotional momentum, right?
They put Creep Suzette up there for the first time.
Yes, and Creep is such a talented skater.
New jammer
Yes,
rotation
fresh,
coming out of the half. You can really see the strategy on the track for Tilted Thunder here.
And I mean, Creep at this point has at least picked up a few points. It's just whether they can call that call off.
Yeah.
And it looks like they did. You know, I think it also is worth saying, and I've mentioned this a little bit this weekend, that different teams prefer different benches. A lot of the time there is this idea that you have an advantage when you're close bench, which Midway Magic is right now. But I know I personally prefer the far bench. And so if Tilted Thunder feels that way as well, they might just have like a more cohesive and coherent strategy from this bench. And that just might be benefiting them a little bit.
There we are. 3 points on that jam for Tilted Thunder.
And 0 for Midway Magic, which is exactly what you want, right? Chip away at that lead. They can't all be 19 points.
Hanny for Tilted Thunder, Entropy for Midway. Hanny blocked hard early,
Yes.
so Midway this time was not going to let that fast clear
Blocked
happen.
very successfully by number 20, which is Slaughter, who has been jamming a lot today.
Now Hanny's got one person to get past. It's Quiet
they
Riot.
both come off the track.
They did, so Hanny gets to go on by.
Very
Quiet Riot
nice.
couldn't hang on to the coping. Lead jam again, but Entropy gets out for Midway. Windmills, but stays up, is going to put the star back on.
And Hanny is not coming around as fast as they normally do, I think, which, I mean, it's been a long game. It's been a long weekend.
They're going to get into the back. Now they're going to run up into Quiet Riot and call it off with...
They definitely passed someone.
Yes.
How many? Who knows?
We will see. They got points at the back, so we're looking at the refs, and we are waiting. They are discussing it. In fact, Jam Ref Rosie the Ripper is discussing actively with head referee.
I do see Quiet Riot is in the penalty box. If I could see the whiteboard, thank you, and above shoulders. You know, I get it. Quiet Riot is on the taller side, and as a skater who is also on the taller side, sometimes those above shoulders, they just happen. That's Venus Thirst Trap jamming for Tilted Thunder and Badass Jr. for Midway Magic.
So Badass Jr. got out, and just when I was about to say Midway Magic getting a lead jam to stifle the bleeding, Venus Thirst Trap right up behind.
Thirst Trap is flying around that track.
Badass Jr. screaming out instructions.
Tilted Thunder is doing an amazing job getting together in the front, trying to keep their points away.
And they may have done it. I will have to see.
I am not sure. There was that one
Badass
skater
Jr.
in the
might have
back.
gotten to Weird Barbie. We'll have to see from the infield.
Hey, Clifton, I have a question for you because
What's
you pay
up?
more attention to this stuff than I do. How many, the jam previously when they were debating, how many points did Tilted Thunder get? Did
One.
they get one? Okay, amazing. Thank you.
All right, so no points for either side indeed. Badass Jr. not able to get any points in the pack, and we go on. Entropy for Midway Magic, Slam Musubi for Tilted Thunder. Moose toward the front, runs up into that pivot for Midway. That's all of you die, and they're going to get by those blockers out of play. Slam Musubi, lead jammer for Tilted Thunder. Tilted Thunder is going to keep picking away at that lead, jam by jam, it looks like. They have come out with a clear strategy here in the second half.
I'm very impressed. Sometimes teams come back from a halftime and you can tell they have discussed, they have made a plan.
So, bunch of skaters down on the infield, but they're all going to get back to the pack. Here comes Slam Musubi, the jammer for Midway Magic. Still not out. That's Entropy with star in hand.
Wow, Hawk Blocked did an amazing job making that hole, but also motioning hey,
Yes.
follow me, follow me. That was beautiful. Good job, Hawk Blocked.
So Entropy is going to queue up in pack and was prepared to play defense if need be. That's going to be a big productive jam for Tilted Thunder.
Wow, a 10-point. That was not a power jam, right, Clifton?
No, it was not.
Okay,
Entropy never got out.
Yes, okay, thank you.
So
And you
great
said that.
overall work. No, really great work by Tilted Thunder. However, they surrender a power jam.
Oh,
no.
What penalty was it? It was an arms. That
Midway
happens a lot as a
Magic-
jammer.
Midway Magic has been desperate for something like this. A chance to get a breather, and it looks like they're gonna throw the challenge flag.
That,
So let's put the bookmark in that. Is it gonna be a Midway Magic power jam?
if there was a time to use your challenge, it would be now because it looks like Tilted Thunder not only has a jammer penalty, but 2 blocker penalties.
Oh, goodness.
So I'm not sure which one they're challenging. Honestly, I mean, the one that they think their skater didn't do. But we'll find out in a second.
All right, so another challenge, our second one of this quarter. Gives us time to tell you about more of our tournament sponsors. Chill Water and Ice, we wanted to thank them for providing both water and ice for our tournament this weekend. I saw them coming in with big carts of ice yesterday, so that was very well appreciated. We certainly appreciate you helping our skaters and our volunteers stay hydrated during this heat that we have here. Lace Those Eights, thank you for donating our MVP awards for Chingadera. Our MVP awards from Lace Those Eights, thank you so much. Well, we have the challenge results. We've got to wait until the bench is here, so officially we have to wait a few more moments, even though Now we can let you know the challenge was successful. The Tilted Thunder
That's
challenge successful.
amazing.
Jammer penalty overturned. No power jam for Midway Magic. That is humongous. And
I will say,
Tilted Thunder gets their challenge back.
unfortunately, though, there are still 2 blockers in the box for Tilted
but
Thunder.
that's better than facing a
Yes.
2-blocker power jam.
You know, so true, Clifton. And Midway Magic does also have someone in the box. The blocker box. The blocks.
So it is still going to be Slaughter for Midway Magic, and then that is Hannibal Lecture for Tilted Thunder. Tilted Thunder is down by 24 after that 10-point jam.
What an exciting quarter, you guys.
Yes.
But at Midway Magic is out almost immediately. Hanny almost sneaks out on the low. Ooh, takes a rough hit from Halloween, but follows their offense out. So we'll see how Tilted Thunder recovers from this.
Quick pack, those 2 blockers trying to do what they can. Weird Barbie's trying to stay away, but ends up getting past.
And, I mean, I will be like, when you have 2 blockers like that, I think that sometimes, that's all you can ask for as when you're at such a disadvantage. Wow, so Rosie is like falling, Hawk Blocked is falling, we have people falling left and right, but everyone's back up. We've got Hawk Blocked on the jammer line for Tilted Thunder.
That is all of you die for Midway Magic. I'm trying to process. I think we had a referee
Oh,
spill.
no. Hannibal Lecture is in the box.
So down goes Hawk Block, and now this time it looks like Midway Magic's going to get that power jam they were looking for. One more. Midway Magic skater down. All of you die at the jammer line for Midway Magic. Not a bad choice for a power jam.
I
yeah,
agree.
Midway Magic would be looking for a firm end to this momentum that has been building steadily
Tilted
this
Thunder
quarter.
does have a very strong wall up there,
They
though.
do.
I see Slamasubi, I see Elephobia, I see Crash, I see Dreidel. That's not a wall I would want to be against in a power scenario.
Yeah, they formed that tripod and managed to just navigate all the way down to the infield.
And Dreidel is doing an amazing job keeping that wall in play, but All of You Die did what Olive does and snuck out of that wall.
It did take 21 seconds,
Yes.
so good defense on that first pass
And I
by
know
Tilted
this is
Thunder.
something you mention a lot of, sometimes you just want to slow that jammer down, and it looks like they are slowing Olive down.
Yeah, so Olive's got 21 left now after one scoring pass.
Yes, and that scoring pass was pretty successful for Olive, I will say. It took some time. It wasn't a clean pass all the way, but wow.
Big block up against the
A big
rail.
hit from Crash. A beautiful big hit from Crash. I thought Olive was about to fall out of the track and straight onto the Dragger merch booth.
Yeah, that would have been what
Like an irony, I
if
guess.
All of
I
You
don't
Die
know.
had come off the track and crashed into the merch booth
For her home
like
team.
Chris Farley on SNL just like tumbles into the Draggers merch booth and Draggers merch flies everywhere. How poetic.
I was like, what else do I have to say? Nothing. That would be
Really?
crazy. I wish it had happened, except for
Just
I don't
slow
because I'd be
motion,
worried
there's
about
like
Olive.
opera
but
music playing. As opera as Olive slowly flies into the Draggers
Woo.
merch booth.
Speaking of 10 points for All of You
Yes.
Die, an okay power jam, maybe
Right, I
not
would
quite
say
as many
a
as
push-
Midway
yeah, I
would
would
want.
say Tilted Thunder will take a 10-point power jam in
Yes.
that situation. Try to keep this lead surmountable.
Crash's hits in that jam were
Huge.
insane. I don't know if they ended up in the penalty box. I don't think so.
We've
So
got
huge but
Halloween.
clean.
Halloween out quickly for Midway. Venus Thirst
Yep.
Trap is at the back of the pack for Tilted Thunder.
Midway trying to kind of build on that momentum. Oh, a very successful star stash from Tilted Thunder. You could tell the second that star came off of the head, NC's energy went to Carnia Slaughter, and that allowed Venus Thirst Trap to get out. I actually am not quite sure.
Halloween not calling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Venus Thirst Trap is in there getting points. Halloween's going to get a second scoring pass in and go for that net gain.
This is not something you often see in Bank Track Roller Derby,
Not
but
at
is a
all.
big flat track thing.
It is.
Which, admittedly, the point differential here is probably going to be slightly more than it would have been if Halloween had just called it off. So
Yeah, see, Holly Ween gets in around for a third pass, then calls it off. So surrendered just the one. So net gain of 2. I would say that's pretty successful.
Yes, no, for sure. And I will say, like, words. I will say words at some point. Holly Ween is someone who skates flat and bank track, and Mimi Mahler is currently bench coaching for Midway Magic, and she is someone else who does skate flat track and bank track, and so they can kind of utilize those flat track strategies in a way that other people might not.
All right. End of the third quarter. Midway Magic 167, Tilted Thunder 119. Tilted Thunder has pretty much kept it roughly as close as it was. So
Yes.
it got real close there for a minute.
Yes.
And then Midway Magic stretched it out a little bit.
A very strong,
Excited.
right? The last few jams of that quarter were very successful for Midway Magic. So it really seems like, if anything, the penalties are what's going to get Tilted Thunder going into this fourth quarter. So we'll have to see.
Less than 30 seconds to go until the end of this quarter break. We're back with you on Twitch. 167, 119. This has been a game of runs.
I have really, really loved watching this game.
It has been back and forth, but like in 30-point bursts.
Yeah, and it truly is anyone's game right now. Obviously, Midway Magic is currently in the lead, but if Tilted Thunder has the kind of momentum they had last quarter and can maintain it maybe a little bit better at the end of the quarter, we'll see what happens. I will say both teams have had a fair amount of penalties, and we're at the point where we might start seeing some people reach their 7 penalties and be out of the game, and that can really change things. So we'll have to see.
I'll start looking for the penalty box assistant coming over and
And
pointing
taking
at
the
somebody
helmet.
saying,
Yeah.
take your lid off. Lose your lid.
Currently, I see everyone with helmets on, though, of course, if it's at the end of quarter break, they
Right.
would have had to leave the track. I don't see anyone in a jersey not in the track currently, so.
So we will see. We are going to get an even strength jam to start.
And I see Crash on the jammer line for Tilted Thunder. Crash has not jammed a whole lot this game. They've been doing a lot of blocking, but they are also an amazing jammer. They're a very versatile skater. And that's Entropy from Midway Magic. Both jammers hit the wall. There's not a whole lot happening right now.
Oh, Crash just gets bullied up to the rail
Yes,
by
by Quiet Riot. Quiet
Wow.
Riot, I truly feel like
Goodness
MVB
me.
has really done an amazing job. But Crash sees some daylight. Oh, but there's a little bit of a pileup, especially of some of their own teammates, and that allows Entropy to get out.
Entropy out first. Crash is still piled up behind those blockers.
A
and then hands off
beautiful
to
star pass to Elaphobia,
nice
though.
pass to Elaphobia, so Elaphobia takes off. Well placed. Elaphobia, great awareness to be ready to go.
Wow, that was such a weird pileup of bodies in that turn. Is everyone okay?
Everybody's
will
checking
see.
around.
Okay, it's laughter.
All right.
It's laughter happening, and we're
Hawk
good.
Block started to get up and then stood up directly in front of Crash.
Yes,
and then
Crash's
knocked-
legs like wrapped around
Yes.
Hawk Block. It was truly, you're
Okay.
like,
Yeah,
this
looks
is
like everybody's all right.
I will say, unfortunately, Quiet Riot is in the penalty box. I'm not surprised by that because this is the problem with being a flat track person is you often maybe stop or go backwards when you block. And it did seem like perhaps that block was a little too intense. Who knows?
So 4 points for Midway. This is Slaughter for Midway and Creep Suzette for Tilted Thunder. I love in the chat when they say, great to say Creep Jam again, and it
Creep.
stars out the word Creep.
Yeah, I checked though. It's not doing that on my phone, just yours. But maybe I'm a moderator on
Yeah,
Twitch, so
well,
maybe that's
I
why.
need Freya to turn off my parental settings.
Well, I was gonna say, and maybe
I
they
don't have
just
the
don't
pin-
think you can't
I don't
handle
have,
it.
I don't have the
Clifton.
PIN number for that. I have to have Freya log in and take care of my parental settings on the phone.
All right, but speaking of, that's not speaking of at all. Slaughter's out. That's not speaking of parental settings even a little bit. Ooh, those two blockers really kind of just like smushed together in the back
Yeah.
and stopped that jammer.
Yeah, great blocking with Carnia Slaughter taking the star and going out the front. Slaughter saw that. Slaughter and Carnia Slaughter.
Yeah.
Go cross-eyed there. Anyway,
Interesting.
Slaughter calls it off.
I am not quite sure why Slaughter called it off because it looks like she got 0 points. Unfortunate. She had a little more time to kind of like get her hips in there, but you know what?
This is Olive. Olive, you die for Midway. Hannibal Lecture
All
for
of you guys
Tilted
kind
Thunder.
of got caught up behind her own blocker. I think Hanny thought Halloween had come off, but she hadn't. All of you
so-
died. Just impressively stays on the track and is able to keep going.
Yeah, Hanny was just about clear, but
I
got
know,
spun
it's-
all the way up to
and
the rail
then-
and had to come all the way back down to
Yes.
reestablish.
And then you lose all of your momentum. It's rough.
Right.
Oh, Hanny fell, but it looks like those people are out of play in the front, so Hanny has time to recover and get out. And then Olive is still kind of trying to fight that scoring pass. Not quite able to make it through. Crash is doing an amazing job just kind of getting in there.
All right, 4 points for Midway. Midway is trying to maintain this lead and babysit this one into, as Al McCoy used to say, the old deep freeze, as he would put it. So Midway is going to try to keep putting these 4 and 5s on the board if they can. Tilted Thunder's going to keep trying to hack away at this by 4s and 5s as well. That's Creep Suzette for them at the jammer line.
And Nikki Badass for the first time.
Yes. So Creep is now got an assistant. There's
wow,
Weird Barbie.
they've got to be out. I was going to say, if they're not out of play. I will also say something I think that flat track people don't realize is when you're out of play on the bank track, you specifically have to yield the low. And if you keep trying to block that person or kind of get in their way, you might get a blocking out of play. And I do see that number 3 for Midway Magic got a blocking out of play, and I agree with that penalty. I think they did that.
Good to know.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm going to just
And
decide whether I think the refs. Yeah.
Sandra Slay O'Connor
Sandra Slay O'Connor has ruled in favor of that penalty.
Gavel sound, gavel sound.
Oh, we found my new thing.
All right, this is All of You Die for Midway.
And someone else.
Ella.
Ella, thank you, Olive.
And once again.
On-track correspondent.
It's like going to Michelle Tafoya on the sidelines if
Yes.
Michelle Tafoya was lined up and ready to take the snap.
Yes, 100%. Elaphobia is out, but All of You Die is taking a fun little whip from Hollyween and is coming with a fury.
And then Olive grabs Hollyween and gives herself a whip too. Hollyween,
Yes.
wow. Here comes Ella quick, up to the pack, calls it off.
Ella has beautiful jammer awareness. I am blown away every single time by Elaphobia's jammer awareness. Knows perfectly when to get that point. I will say Olive is in the box because Olive has messed up.
Well, let's wait and see because
I hear people booing Olive.
we've
and
got an
I
official timeout.
Rule in favor.
When you say people, is that
It was
that be
Crash. Yes,
yeah,
it
I
was
was gonna
Crash.
say.
I will say
when you say I hear people booing Olive, and I'm like, that's probably Crash.
and it's me
yeah.
too. I love messing with Olive, but mostly just because she would do this. She would do the same thing to me, and it's okay.
So-
I would love to see what penalty Olive got though. If Bia could show me on the whiteboard. Oh, she's telling me 1 minute. She's saying wait. I don't remember what your little signals mean, Rosie.
All right, so they're
Perhaps
gonna
in arms, but we're holding. We're waiting. There's
Yeah.
a lot of things on that whiteboard.
yeah, really, we got to
for
wait and
Midway
make sure there's
Magic.
not like other penalties coming in that would change this being a power jam.
Oh, like a double jammer down.
Yeah,
perhaps.
that's what
I
I'm
love it.
pointing at.
Oh, okay. An arms and a cut. You were right, Clifton. And an arms on number 100 and an illegal block from 1031. Illegal blocks are weird, and I don't actually remember which blocks are illegal blocks. Max, what do you think? There's like 7. I know there's like 7, but which?
It's the ones that aren't legal. So think of the legal ones, and
Well,
then
but
it's
here's
the
the
other
problem:
ones.
is a back block is not an illegal block. I mean, it is a block that's an illegal. Yeah, no, that's an illegal procedure.
All right, I hear instructions being shouted out on the way to the jammer line. Man, Tilted Thunder has a 4-on-2 pack and a power jam with Hannibal Lecter at the jammer line. Boy, if 10:05 to go in regulation, if there was ever something they needed, it was right about now. So here we go. Tilted Thunder's going to spring into action. They definitely use that official timeout to talk strategy.
Well, but Midway Magic is doing a good job kind of staying together and keeping it fast, but then Tilted Thunder really got in there, trying to keep a goad. NC Jammer, Badass Jr. is in the back, stuck behind a strong 4 wall, and Hannibal Lecter is coming around to score some points.
37 seconds on this first scoring pass. And
Ooh, okay.
Hanny stays upright, doesn't go off track, stayed up. Wow, that's the steep part of the turn, too. We have 22 seconds to go on the Tilted Thunder Power Jam. Here comes Hanny to a nearly stationary pack.
My heart rate is elevated. Oh,
Right?
and there Hanny goes 15 more seconds. That is maybe enough time if she really goes.
Yeah, Hanny went right at Passion Swivel Hips and went right over the top of Passion Swivel Hips. So here we go.
Okay,
4
at
seconds.
least NC's point in the back, and then some ghost points. And oh,
It looks like
beautiful
3.
work. Beautiful work from Hannibal Lecter.
It's a 15-point power jam for Tilted Thunder and Hannibal Lecter.
Exactly what Tilted Thunder needed in that moment. Unfortunately, I do see multiple things on the whiteboard for Tilted Thunder. So they've got a kind of small pack out there.
Yeah,
and at least one person, I think that's Creep Suzette, with 2 penalties on that jam.
In the interest of all those points, for sure. We've
Yeah,
got,
like it's one of those, is
yeah,
it worth
right?
it in the end?
Yeah,
Maybe,
probably.
maybe.
That's you got to do what you got to do to make sure to hack into the lead. Now, Quiet Riot jamming for the first time for Midway and
And
dashes to the
successful,
front.
very successful.
That's Quaz in trouble for
Oh, but
Tilted
Halloween
Thunder.
came off the track. They maybe could have just gone, but you know, it's better safe than sorry. Ooh, that was odd. Things got weird. It looks like Hawk Blocked is holding their mouth, which is never a good sign.
Yeah, Hawkblock was down way at the back of the pack. Now
There
Quaz
we go.
gets
Quaz in
out.
trouble
Quaz in
out.
trouble gets out. So here comes Quiet Riot now on another scoring pass. Oh, Hawkblock goes down again. It is, we're going to have a call off.
I did see Quiet Riot did call it off.
Yeah, I was going to say at the back of the pack, Hawkblock gets off and is getting back to the bench, but is adjusting the jaw.
That is unfortunate. On 9 points.
I see a hand up. They're simulating hand up under the jaw, like they got their jaw knocked sideways.
Yeah, the 9 points for Midway Magic. So it is the kind of unfortunate thing that they both, they got so many penalties. It made it so that Power Jam was maybe slightly less important than it could have been.
Yeah. It's, as we said, it's in the interest of trying to get into that lead. Midway, of course, doing what they need to do to keep that lead right about where it's been hovering. Every time Tilted Thunder mounts a big burst of points like that, Midway Magic has had the answer. They have been ready. This is going to be slaughter on the jammer line for Midway Magic, and that is Savage Patch Kid for Tilted Thunder. Savage Patch Kid. Slaughter nearly broke clean, but Weird Barbie with a great clip and block to just knock Slaughter off stride.
Yeah.
I
It's
can
an
get those
odd one
words
for
out.
sure. But Sour
Yeah.
Patch, I almost just said Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah,
that's
Savage is
not,
out.
That's
Savage
not their
Patch
name.
Kid.
And is scoring points. It's got at least a few.
And is going to get clipped off by Nikki, so gets up, gets blocked by their own skater, has to get up quick and call it off. Oh, got hit by their own skater incidentally, and they got knocked off stride again and had to get back up to call it off.
That's Elaphobia on the jammer line for Tilted Thunder. Wait, so sorry, I'm getting ahead. No, I know it's you. Don't worry. I'm talking about something else. Don't pay attention to me. I was going to ask how many points they got, but they're debating right now. 300 points for Tilted Thunder according to Elaphobia, it's actually 3, unfortunately.
3 for Tilted Thunder.
Off by a magnitude, 2 of them.
All right, so just over 6 minutes to go in regulation.
Yeah.
Midway Magic is in front by...
Elaphobia gets taken off by Halloween, but is able to kind of tiptoe on the low because Halloween had gone all the way to the high, and I interrupted you. I'm so sorry, Clifton.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was trying to do math, and then I gave up on it because math is
so
hard.
valid.
Math is hard. Face word easy.
Math is hard. Clofton P. Grudge.
Yeah, exactly.
We're going to make
Thank
a series.
You. Oh, Ella, wow, what a block. Look at the nod.
Oh,
that is sassy. What a block at the back of the pack by Quiet Riot to knock. Elaphobia tried to jump the coping, and Quiet Riot was right
Did
there.
Ella lose lead? I feel like I would be calling it right now if I was Ella.
No.
Okay.
No, Ella was trying to pursue and see if they could get back to the pack.
That's fair. And we talked about this yesterday. I feel like Tilted Thunder's bench coach. Do not know his name. I feel very bad about that. But is James. Thank you, Oblivion Westwood. James,
we mentioned last night during the bout. Very clear.
Very clear.
Concise.
I can hear him from here in their far bench. Like, I can hear what he's saying. They've clearly really worked on listening to their bench coach and waiting for those calls. And I feel like sometimes that's something that's kind of missing from Bank Track Roller Derby. So that's really nice.
Official timeout, says Crystal Ball Buster. 184-143. Midway Magic. I can do that math a lot more quickly. That's 41 points.
Thank you.
So 5:15 to go in regulation. What do we have on the docket coming up? We have at 12:30 Arizona time, which is 3:30 Eastern. We always have to. It's we're Arizona.
I love that you know that because I didn't.
Well, it's honestly like I have to learn it for work because we deal with like a lot of East Coast and then West Coast kind of stuff at my job. So, but I've just gotten very used to clarifying to people that is that time Arizona, which is useless to most people half the year, and you have to clarify what it is
Clifton,
Eastern.
I am going to interrupt you to point out that it looks like there is a penalty on the Midway Magic Jammer, a back block. Unfortunate.
Interesting.
So
development.
anyway, by the way, we did get started. Well, you're getting texts.
Oh,
Freya.
Yep, Freya
Sending
should be
you
awake.
photos.
Yeah,
Anyway, I interrupted you.
you're fine.
At the time that you mentioned is LA versus San Diego. We got so talking about time
Yeah.
zones that we didn't say what was
No,
going to happen
yes,
at
thank
that
you.
time.
The next bout is going to start at 12:30. It's about 50 minutes. Excuse me, 40 minutes from now. We'll let you know exactly what it'll be at the end
yeah,
about. But
sometimes,
12:30.
we get off.
Yeah, we'll
That's
see. This
tournament
one's
life.
running a little late because of the challenges. We'll update you if need be. That's what I was getting to.
Wow, very fast-moving pack right off the line, which is probably what Midway Magic wants. But Tilted Thunder does a great job getting NC Jammer as a goad, and is that Creep?
Yeah,
yes,
that is Creep.
Creep has great leggings. Crash has good shorts. Creep has great leggings. That's what I've learned.
So this is what Tilted Thunder, honestly, if they were ever going to get right back into things.
Yes,
And now
they've
here's
got 5 minutes left to do it, so it's kind of now or
yes,
never.
Great defense on the front of the pack by those two blockers to slow
Wow.
Creep up at least a bit.
That was amazing. An amazing move to get around NC, though. NC Badass Jr., also known as NC Jammer, is
Yes.
it's not a blocker that's easy to get around.
Right. And then Midway was able to get their blockers together and push
And
the
kind
pace
of keep
of
it
play.
fast, yes, for sure.
Yeah, they're trying to keep it, if not fast, at least in motion. Creep is going to get down there and at least try to get all those points on this pass. But that is gonna
Some
do
really
it.
great offensive hits from the Tilted Thunder blockers up on the track, though.
Creep might have gotten all of those.
Ooh, and
at
I
the
do
very
see
end.
2 penalties on the board for both on Halloween, an arms and a failure to reform. The failure does not surprise me. There were some moments where Midway was running away that it just didn't seem like they were actually like slowing down to try to remake the pack. So,
10 points for Tilted Thunder. The lead is 31 for Midway
Ooh.
Magic. There's going to
Oh,
be
man.
3:45 to go when this whistle blows.
three on 3 in the blocker box, though, but they have Elephobia up there jamming, and oh my goodness.
This will be quick, one way or the other.
Okay,
Yeah, there we go.
a jammer race. That's not shocking. Some good bench communication.
I feel like if Ella had gotten through there, Ella would have gone for the points.
Yes, 100%. I do believe that.
Yeah.
Watching Ella skate
Like
and
Ella's
knowing
got that,
Ella.
Ella's got that jammer
Ella-
mentality. You know.
Ella's got that dog in her, you know?
You know, you said yesterday, I said how Cherry, the thing about Cherry is, my quote about Cherry is, Cherry always puts up one more finger than she thinks she actually got because why not ask for an extra?
I think Cherry just
If Cherry
knows and
thinks she
thinks.
got 2, she'll put up 3 fingers.
Olive is
because
laughing
why
at us,
not?
and I don't know what part she's laughing at.
What do we have? It is another, no, timeout. I saw
Timeout.
Olive leave first. Is it going to be another Tilted Thunder Power Jam?
I don't think so. It's a timeout.
Team
you know
timeout,
what?
Tilted
A great
Thunder.
time to take a timeout, kind of
Breathe a little bit.
reevaluate, like
Yeah, game
try
reset. We've got
to-
3 minutes to go in
Yes.
regulation. We have Midway Magic has both of their timeouts, but they've used their challenge, so Midway Magic cannot challenge. Tilted Thunder did challenge earlier and won, so this is a challenge they got back that they still have at their disposal. That is basically your breakdown at the moment. This has been a great bout throughout, and it is all going to come down to what we see coming out of this timeout, who comes on the track for what teams. Boy, this is exciting.
I'm just very stressed out. Whenever it's tournaments like this and I'm watching roller derby and I'm like really into it, and then my little like watch, my fitness tracker is like, your heart rate has been elevated all day. And I'm like, oh, I've just been sitting around. That's crazy. Clifton's making moves. I'm assuming he's going to check to see if the food truck is here. We have Elephobia and All of You Die on the jammer line for their respective teams. We've got a little junior on junior action. Elephobia just dips to the low, comes off the track, but resets and gets out. All of You Die is out pretty close behind Ella, though.
Yeah, Ella definitely, as we mentioned, is going to go for those points.
Every
now,
single
Midway
time.
is trying to play keep away. Oh, they got a Midway blocker pinned
And
at the
they are
back.
both such fast skaters. And again, Elephobia is like has some of the most impressive jammer awareness I have ever seen, and just knows.
Look at the
Oh.
chat. Everybody in the chat just screaming,
Yeah,
go
to
when
Ella.
cleared.
Unfortunately, Ella did get a cut. I had kind of assumed that because when Ella came off, I think they thought Quiet Riot had also come off, and I don't think they did. So I rule in favor
Discussion.
of that penalty.
Sandra Say O'Connor, gavel sound, gavel sound. We have the discussion continuing. There looks like they're going to be confirming if that is valid. And it is. All right, Midway Magic. No points for either side in that jam. A minute off the clock. Badass Jr. on the jammer line.
I really would have thought that Ella had picked up. Oh, Ella did get a point. Okay, I was like, crazy. That's
1
crazy.
point. Okay,
There's no
Tilted
way
Thunder.
they had
So
that person in the back.
154, 30-point lead for Midway Magic.
The
But this
referees
power
were just
jam,
discussing still.
This power jam is everything for Midway Magic right here.
But
Because
Badass Jr. takes a little bit of a tumble.
even if they don't score a point, that's 90 seconds off the
you know,
clock.
that is a very
break.
good point, Clifton. I did not think of that.
They really, and you can see, honestly, Badass Jr. not really striving to get out. Midway
Yeah, because
is
at
just
this point,
run
what
the
is
clock.
what is
You know
what
what
is
this
the
looks
point?
like? This looks like the Runaway Brides.
Hey,
I'll tell you what.
maybe.
If Midway Magic was wearing white and maroon, this would look a lot like the Runaway Brides, just grinding that clock into dust. I'll tell you what.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've mentioned it a few times during Runaway Brides bouts. Midway Magic is really expertly draining the clock here and using the clock as their own sixth skater. Up to the pack goes Badass Jr. down to the inside, but again, not a whole lot of alacrity to the actions of Midway.
I love your usage of the word alacrity.
Why, thank you.
How fun.
We have skaters off the track. Midway puts 3 points on the board, but again, more importantly, 60 seconds off the clock.
It is, I would
Tilted
like
Thunder
to point
calling
out.
timeout to save the 30-second
Yes,
break.
it is very, very possible for Tilted Thunder to still win this game. Is it likely? Perhaps not, but it is possible. It's not a very big point spread. We've got at least one jam, if not more, on the clock. Well, more than one, because no matter what. And yes, and then there might be a penalty jam. Refi is perhaps saying something slightly unethical that he'll give us some just for funsies.
It is always worth mentioning, as this Transagenda skater sitting next to me will remember, that there was a bout where Transagenda had 4 penalty jams and they scored like 57 points and very nearly actually came back to win a game by exhausting the other team.
Yes, and I scored a lot of those points. It was very satisfying.
The other team in the moment shall remain nameless.
That's actually, a really good point. I don't think they should remain nameless. They're on the track right now as Midway Magic.
Midway Magic was the team that was nearly
curse.
the victim of the 4 penalty jam comeback win.
But that was also Midway Magic at Roller Rage is has a lot of different skaters because it's that mixed gender tournament. So
still though, just one of those things where it's like that's just an interesting
for sure.
tidbit.
It's possible. Well, do you remember when Doomsday Valkyries won their first game ever, and it was like all in a penalty situation?
It was an inconsolable mess on the microphone. I was here. That is Effie Bomber for Midway, and Effie gets to the front. That's what Midway was looking for. Savage Patch Kid for Tilted Thunder is now fighting in the pack, but Midway was looking for lead jam here to control the pace of play.
This is exactly what Midway Magic needs.
Midway is letting that clock spin.
Wow, beautiful offensive hit from all of you. Die allows Midway Magic's jammer to really just fly
Effie Bomber
through.
just got through the pack without being touched, just kind of folded up and just slalom through the pack like a skier.
Savage Patch Kid is like out for blood, though.
Savage Patch Kid on the pursuit forces the call off, so we've got one more jam in regulation. Then we'll see what happens, by golly.
Knows?
5 points for Midway Magic, 192, 154.
Creep is letting me get a better view of their amazing leggings.
This is like, this jammer lineup is Nikki Badass for Midway Magic and Creep Suzette for Tilted Thunder. This is like
I know.
Derby royalty on the jammer line to take this bout out of regulation, right?
I just think that's the fun thing about tournaments
Isn't
like
it,
this.
though? Really? You just look up and all of a sudden here's like if they had a Derby Hall of Fame, it was like two surefire Hall of Famers on the jammer line. There goes Nikki for Midway, and Nikki sees that the regulation clock is expired and calls it off.
Trying to keep their team clean. You never know, though. This happened yesterday, and there was still a penalty jam.
So let's check on penalties. Midway is trying to escort this one to bed.
Oh, no. It looks like there will be a penalty jam. Well, we don't know. I don't know.
We got to wait for the rest of the penalties to come in.
The way it stands, only Midway Magic has a penalty on the board, so that would imply a penalty jam. I'm getting it.
Officials have
Refi
signaled.
is looking at. He promised.
Semi-horn. So it's a penalty jam.
Oh, I'm excited. I love bonus roller derby. Except for we're also already running late.
Well, no, we're not running late yet. We're 2 minutes from running late. Don't worry. Elaphobia is your jammer for Tilted Thunder in
And
this penalty
Olive
jam.
Udai.
And Olive, we've seen this matchup before.
Yes. Like 10 years ago, we've seen this matchup, you know?
Well, Tilted Thunder needs lead jam and lots of passes.
And if
for
you're
Olive
going to
not
send
get
someone up
out-
to do that, it would be Elaphobia. Slam Masubi and Carney Aslada
Oh!
playing some beautiful defense.
Quiet
but,
Riot, what
yeah.
a block! Quiet Riot
Quiet
just
Riot,
opened
MVP.
what a block to get all of you die clear. Quiet Riot just sealed this one for Midway, if this is it.
Yeah, that it is
block
what it is.
right there sprung all of you die. What a block by Quiet Riot.
As long-
Holy cow.
As long as it's clean. We'll see.
This is very true. Skaters off the track. 4 points for Tilted Thunder.
Tilted Thunder's ready for another jam. They're on the track.
Let's see. Do we have penalties? Do we have head referee, Ref Boyardee
They're
heading out
talking. They're
trackside?
chit-chatting about it. They're doing a little discussion. Okay, it's looking
That's
like no.
going to do it. Final whistle.
All right. What an exciting game.
What a
you said
game.
yesterday that you thought it would be exciting.
Very,
Clifton,
yes.
you were right.
This one and the next one I am looking forward to being
Yeah.
very, very close, fun. But this was, like I said, back and forth throughout. Both teams
Truly.
went on big momentum runs. What a fun game to watch.
Yeah, so-
Midway Magic victorious, 192 to 158.
All right, you can come down trackside to give some high fives, make some noise for our winning team, Midway Magic. Their first win of the tournament.
That is right. They're 1-2. And they will skate against San Diego later this afternoon in our nightcap this evening.
What a fun way to say that. I'm just here to hype you up, Clifton.
Thank you. Got some LA skaters down here already geared up and ready
I know,
to
they're
go as well.
ready.
They're ready to hit the track. And now here comes Tilted Thunder. Let's hear it for
Yeah,
Tilted
make
Thunder.
some noise for Tilted Thunder.
Man, not only did they finally break 100 for the tournament, they broke it big.
158.
Big.
A high-scoring game
showing,
for Tilted
yes.
Thunder.
Huge. Always in it. A lot of fun to watch them roar back into this in the second half.
Tilted Thunder truly coming into this tournament as a very cohesive team with a clear strategy, and I feel like you really saw that this morning in this
Yeah,
game.
very much so.
Very fun to watch.
All right, so we will step aside. The next bout's